So a few words about things before we let you out of here. We have a new motto, turning deep tech into business. Because that's pretty much what we boil it down to. We change it every second year or something like that, whenever we feel like. That's a good thing about deciding by yourself. So short on what we, oh, now I'm in the wrong piece, sorry. Thank you, cameraman. So short, looking back on 2021, growing international member base. We keep on growing it, so that's really nice. We have a lot of network partners, so we also keep on developing that. Among them, one of the most useful one, I think, is DTA, Deep Tech Alliance, which is a European network. Currently 8 countries and expanding, with the Swedish representative in there. We have more and more international collaborations. We have, for second year now, we worked with SID, Swedish Innovation Days. Stina is in the room. This year we worked with Germany and South Korea. We work in the DTA industry program, where we actually have now, currently we have the clean energy project ongoing. In the fall, we'll again run a second round of Industry 4.0 with the lead from here in Stockholm with me and Magnus. This is really, to the audience who participated today, I think that should be relevant to quite a few. And then we do a lot of more activities. So you all know we had a pandemic for 2 years. This is almost the first physical thing we do here. We actually had a big event with Deutsche Telekom last week. We're getting back to the physical one again. So we have to work on this hybrid thing, which is a terrible, terrible thing. But it's still useful. We don't want to lose out on it. We have an audience from all over, and we don't want to lose that. We have an audience in Stockholm, and we want to keep you here as well. So the online activities has been ongoing. We had more than 15 USRs and Explorer and executive summits and so on during the last year with over 800 participants. And I see that now that the COVID hopefully goes away, that we'll have more and more physical and external events also here. Some things stays the same. So the technologies that you see here and the markets, that's still, we stick to that for another year. We'll see. We'll probably change it later. And some things are also, so the phase, we're mainly working with not perhaps the early stages of startups, but what we call corporate ready. So we want the companies to be ready to actually have a deal with the customer. And the objective is a sustainable business relationships. And that goes for us as well. So as most of you know, we participate in a lot of projects where there might be tax money involved, but we ourselves are not running on tax money. We don't have a base financing. So we're like a startup. We have to survive on what we're doing. And if we don't, then we're probably not doing it well enough. So how do we do that then? The basis for us is the Things membership. And I put it here, it's very concrete. It's 1,200 euros a year. Doesn't matter if you're a one-person startup or a 1,000 people corporate. So we make that very, very simple. And that is your ticket to join and ticket to participate and stuff. Then on top of that, that is pay as you go. So if you wanna do projects like Tim mentioned from Hitachi Energy, okay, of course, they pay us extra because we spend a lot of time on that. And we put our networks and our contacts and our hearts and souls into it. So that's really where we also want to, for those of you who see that we do a good thing, want you to try these different things. As an example, the internal event, like today, we have a couple of external events. That's really by someone who wants to do something special, then we can customize it according to your needs. Exhibitions, I want to mention the IIT SBC, which is, 2 weeks from now in Barcelona?
10 to 12 of May.
Yep, 10 to 12th of May. And Magnus will go there with 10, 15 member companies, 13 companies. They have a joint stand. So it's a very efficient, cost efficient and time efficient way to actually get your foot in the right place. We do workshops. So you can come to us with a specific challenge or question. Okay, I want to know more about preventive maintenance in the textile industry. Then we'll find some good examples for you. Innovation Challenge and Catapult, you already heard about today. We also, in an Innovation Challenge, we are now soon launching the 3rd year of Startup for Climate together with God El and Ellevio, which is a great place for startups in energy transition. Ignite Sweden, of course. Magnus is a key account for some of the companies that we work with. Then project participation. So here I just want to mention that we're right now one of the actors in a European Commission project focusing on space. So we're doing the... Thank you, Ted. Yes, we have some people here active in space, I know that. So we're going to work with the corporate matchmaking, that one, together with a consortium led from Germany also. And there. That's a 2-year project. Also, this one is a new one, scouting service. So that's something we just launched, where because we continuously get questions from companies, big and small. Can you just help us to introduce us to, can you solve this? Can you help us out in some way? And I mean, a part of our strength is a good network that we have across Sweden and abroad. So we're actually trying to formalize that. So if you have specific questions, raise a hand, talk to me or Magnus, and we'll see if it fits what we do. We're very much passion driven. So if you have a challenge that we don't think we can solve or that we don't want to do, we'll say no. But we do like to do stuff. So try us and we'll see. And then customer services. I mean, we keep on, when we did the first innovation challenge, it was actually NCC who came to us and said, well, can you do this thing? We said, no, but we can come up with something together. And that became eventually Innovation Challenge, which we now has been running 5, 6. So we keep on developing stuff. So just tell us what you need and want, and then we'll see if we can build something new for you. And the partners here, they're, like I mentioned before, they are the ones who actually increase our own reach in other countries, in other industries, and so on. Is that my last slide? No. Yeah. Yes, one more thing. What's new in 2022? So for those of you who are in Stockholm or in Sweden, you know that we've been running this house since late 2014. We are no longer running it as of New Year. Now we got a great friend in AWL, a working lab, which is run by Akademiska Hus. So they are continuing the work we started, which is really good. I have Ulf here, which I'm happy about. And that's a great collaboration. So from our side, we want to still support getting companies into the building because it's a good place for people to be, to get to know the right people. And for us also, because the people who are in the house, the companies, they're automatically members with us. So we can bring them in. We can bring them into this room, into our networks, into our activities. So it's a perfect win-win setup. I mentioned a couple of the collaborations already. I think I mentioned all of these. Perhaps also Sweden Sustainable Venture Day is one that we were participating in this year, which is an investor-focused event. Funded by Energimyndigheten and a couple of partners, run by Sting. And also Sustainable Energy Action, which is also the energy agency funded project where we work with Ignite, with KTH Holding, and Sting. And so with those two, I can clearly see that the energy part of what we do, that's really growing. So I'll keep it really short. 5 o'clock, that's perfect. So here you have the whole team. It's me, Magnus, who's now hiding in the corner. Second Magnus, we think it's very handy to have the same names for all of them. So we put in the second Magnus. He's also invisible today, but he's still with us. Oh, there he is. So for you online, Magnus is actually here. We'll put him in front of the camera later. Good to see you, Magnus. We'll need to get a picture from you.
Yeah, I sent something.
Okay, so you didn't qualify to get on the picture. And we have Rebecca, who's doing marketing. We have Kartikesh, who is somewhere around here also helping out. And we have Moses here as well. And they've been really, really useful for today, even though you might not see them other than running around. And they're critical parts of the company. So with that, I think I'll wrap up. And I'll let you go for the food and beer and drinks and everything. So I think we'll close it by that. And bye, online audience. See you next year.